Hello and welcome to Rebels Radio latest interview. I'm joined by Slough joint manager John Underwood ahead of this afternoon's game at home to St Neots. How are you, John?
Very well, thanks.
Yeah, have you had a difficult week after defeat last week at Hitchin?
We've had a hard working week. I know you did an interview with Bakes Saturday night where he was pretty frank with his views on our performance, so I won't go back over that one, but safe to say we weren't happy at all last week. We had a long conversation with the players after the game, and we need to do better. We need to finish the season better than that, and we've trained twice this week. We've trained hard. We've had a lot of conversations this week with certain players as well.
Were there any particular kind of themes or messages you were trying to kind of deal with? Because obviously, everyone looks at Hitchin last weekend, but it wasn't just that game. There's been a few kind of things happening over the last few weeks.
The particular thing with Hitchin specifically was the 4 goals from set pieces, which was something we were not happy about. To be fair, it's not been something we've been doing a lot this season. We're generally fairly well organised. Well, we are well organised. We were well organised Saturday, but it's about players carrying out instructions and taking responsibility and doing their jobs. So we did go through that this week, and we need that to improve from last week. But generally, just I felt Saturday was a little bit going back to where we were a few weeks ago with the 2 4-0 defeats, where we'd been very much in a game and then kind of crumbled. And we felt that we crumbled on Saturday, and that's not what we expect from our teams, myself and Bakes, and that's a concern. It's a concern with kind of the lack of leadership on the pitch in that game on Saturday.
Yeah, it seems the spirit is very different from the kind of change room atmosphere you've had in previous seasons.
Yeah, we're having a real tough time at the minute, if I'm honest. Things aren't going well. I think there's a general feeling that we want to get to the end of the season and have a break. It's been a tough season mentally. I think for some of the players it's been tough. We've got some young players who've been asked to step up and over 40 odd games in the Southern Prem. That's quite tough. Some of them have not played the level before, and I think we look a little bit tired mentally at the minute. And but we've got 3 weeks to play, and we can't keep giving performances like we did last Saturday. We have to find that kind of strength of character to come. We've got 2 massively tough games this weekend, and if we don't show character, we'll get turned over in both of them.
What are you trying to develop on over these upcoming games towards the end of the season to try and clarify which players you want to take forward from this squad to next season, which perhaps haven't quite made the level that you need them to be?
It's no secret that we are. It's pretty obvious we need to make some changes in the summer. So for some players, they are playing for their place, and I think everyone's aware of that, and maybe that's affecting a few of them. Maybe a few of them are feeling the pressure and not performing. I don't know. It's hard to find that balance between giving a little bit of a threat to a player that you need to up your game, you need to show you can do it, and totally going the other way and relaxing, and it's a tough balance to strike, and maybe 1 or 2 aren't just quite up to it, if we're brutally honest, and maybe it's a level too far for 1 or 2, but not many. It's not. We're not intending to make wholesale changes. We think maybe, when you look at Adam Fowles and Warren Harris, we keep saying this. We expect them back with us next season, fully fit, and they will be back with us next season, fully fit, and they will be like 2 great signings, and if we add another 3 or 4 to that, we're not going to be far away.
So looking ahead immediately to this Easter weekend and this afternoon, following on from 2 tough training sessions this week, getting in and amongst the players, trying to encourage them but also giving them a bit of a G up. What are you hoping for?
We're hoping for 2 good performances. We're playing 2 teams that are aiming to get promoted via the playoffs. We've got some momentum. They're playing well. They're 2 very experienced sides, experienced Southern League sides. So we need to show. What I'm really looking for is to show that we've learned from some of our lessons of recent weeks, and that we up our game. We don't make some of the silly individual errors that have led to goals. Can't sit here and say we want 4 points, we want this, we want that. There's no point in putting a points target on. First and foremost, we need 2 hard-working, disciplined performances that show that we can compete against these sorts of sides. And we've done it earlier in the season. There's no reason we can't do it again.
So what is the team selection then for this afternoon?
We've had a few problems this week. We started the week We thought we'd have a 17-man squad today. We thought there'd be one that wouldn't even make the 16. As it happens, Jamie McClurg's knee has flared up from last weekend. Billy Jeffries had a strain on Thursday night in his kind of side lower back. He's ruled out today, so we've lost both of those two. And Gurkan, who's a bit of a squad player at the moment, we're hoping to get more involved. Gurkan Gottman, he's got a virus, so he's unavailable today. And Eddie's struggling with his hamstring. He came off late in the Hitchin game. He did train Thursday, but he's got some tightness in there, and we've made the decision he'll only start one game this weekend, and we thought the sensible way to do it is give him an extra 2 days, and he'll be on the bench today for use in emergency, and we'll go with Dan Reid and Scott Harris up front.
Okay. What does the defensive four look like?
Tom Moran's coming in at right back alongside the other three that have been playing, so Reece, Guy and Ryan Parsons. That was a decision we always planned to do that today. It's a fairly big side. With their new manager, we understand they're far more direct now, long throws, a lot of balls in the box, so we wanted Tom's additional height in there. So Tom comes into the back four. Central midfield will be Ben Edwards and Adam Martin, obviously nice experienced midfield too. Jake on the right and Chris Henry on the left.
So Chris Henry comes back into the starting 11.
Yeah. Chris would have played obviously last week. He's been a breath of fresh air since he's come in, and a very positive player, and we very much want him in the side.
As you said, St Neots, renowned now more recently to be playing quite a direct style. It's paid off well. They're on a good run of form. How are you going to combat that?
Yeah, they're on a great run. I think they're unbeaten in 11. They're a very experienced side. We need to deal with the long ball. We need to switch on to the second balls as well as winning the first header, because a lot of these teams, it's about getting the ball in the box and hoping for things to drop to you and reacting quickest, and we need to react well off the first header. We need to be competitive. We need to scrap. We need to fight. And we showed in our last game here against Corby that we can live with the best teams, and I thought we worked ever so hard that night, and we really upset them and kind of imposed ourselves on Corby, and that's what we're looking for. We know we can do it. There's no reason we can't do it again today. It's a similar lineup, same system to what we played against Corby, so we'll be looking to be positive on the front foot and try and take the game to them.
Yeah, and try and get some confidence, a bit of a smile on people's faces again around the camp, and it's a much nicer place to play, isn't it, when people are happy?
Yeah, it is, but they need to work hard. It won't just happen. You can't just turn up and enjoy your football. You need to work hard first and foremost, and if they work hard and compete and match St Neots, and they're in the game and they're in front or they're level, that's when they can enjoy the game. You can't. They're not going to stroll out there first 5 minutes and it all be, happy and smiling faces. They need to go and work hard, compete, do the horrible things. At the end of the day, you enjoy football if you're winning. Simple as that. So we need to start positively, just like we did against Corby. We did nothing wrong against Corby. There were obviously other circumstances on the day that caused us issues, but the team performance was very positive, and that's what we're looking for today.
Brilliant. Well, thank you ever so much for your time pre-kick-off. Good luck this afternoon. Hopefully if we catch up soon, it will be on the back of a good performance and maybe even some points in the bag.
Let's hope so. Thanks,
Cheers.
John.